Hello, and welcome to the next installment of Pokemon Run and Bun. And I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but it seems as though we will not be getting very far in this episode. I did a lot of planning and calculation off-stream before, and this is the team that we're stuck with. This is the team that we have to use in the gym no matter what for the gym leader. And unfortunately, it seems like there's really no way for us to win, really. But I am going to try my best. I'm going to try my darndest with what I have. And hopefully this is streaming correctly. It seems to be working. So this is our team: Prinplup, Pidgeotto, Metatite, Ponyta, Carvana, and Dwebble. This is going to suck, but silver lining, if we lose, which is very likely, we get to start a brand new run. And we're probably going to be doing that within the next few minutes. So, we are as prepared as we can possibly be. Just double checking. We have to lead with Piplup. We did all the calculations. I've got my plans. Just have to give it a few minutes. Are we back? I think we're back. I believe we're good to go. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect. Just have to wait for the connection to become stable. So we're just waiting for the connection. Hopefully it will stay stable. Alright, we're just gonna go ahead. Hopefully it doesn't disconnect again. We're going to save. And we're gonna start the battle. And as I said, this will probably be very short-lived. But we live and we learn. We use Pluck here. There's Brick Break. Don't crit. We steal its Held Berry, and we regain some HP. Heal all the way back to full. Now we Bubble Beam, because it's more damage on average. There's another Brick Break. Do not crit. Now, Pluck plus Bubble Beam should always get it in range of Aqua Jet. Hopefully I calculated this correctly. Alright. 1 down, 5 to go. It should be Lopunny for Retaliate. So we are going to switch to Hermina. We're going to stick to the plan. Because turn 4, switch to Hermina on Retaliate. And then we use Rock Blast here because there's a higher chance of multiple hits. Rock Tomb is technically more damage, but we want to Rock Blast here. So we click Rock Blast. There's Drain Punch. Triggers our Oran Berry. Back up to 29 HP. Hopefully we get more than 2 hits. We did not. That is unfortunate. Eject button activates, which means Lopunny is switched out. It should be Combuskin. And our plan here was eject button, Combuskin comes in. We switch in Freya, and we hope that Combuskin uses Incinerate. Because if we look at the calculator, we will see that at 29 HP, Combuskin is... Okay, so Combuskin is guaranteed to use Incinerate at 29 HP. That's actually pretty good for us, because now we can switch into Freya on a guaranteed Incinerate. Unfortunately, Freya will lose her held Cherry Berry, but that is a price I'm willing to pay. We put the Cherry Berry on just in case, but we will lose it here. So we go to Freya. Incinerate should happen. There's Incinerate. We lose our Cherry Berry. There's the speed boost. Okay. Now we click Bounce. And we hope we don't miss. We hope we don't get crit. We hope we don't get paralyzed. There's Workup. That is scary. But here's the thing. All we need is for Bounce to hit. That is all we need. If we miss, then we're in trouble. It's just using Workup over and over. Bounce hit. It does not matter if this gets paralyzed, it has a Lumberry. It cures paralysis. That is fine. Unfortunately, we do have to sack Freya here. The only way we can save Freya is if Combuskin uses Workup again. And it probably isn't going to, I would imagine, because it's already at +3 attack and special attack and speed. All of these are at +3. So this thing is hitting like a truck. Every move should kill Freya. Even at 42 HP, all moves should kill. So 42 HP. Yeah, it's 50-50 between Thunder Punch or Double Kick at +3. It really shouldn't be clicking Workup here. But the only way Freya survives is if it uses Workup. Okay, so I'm going to try something here. I'm going to go back. I'm going to click E and Q. Okay. So unfortunately, there does not seem to be a way to see the numbers of the HP. I thought there was. I suppose I don't have a button linked to it. But there is a way. It should have been the select button to show you the HP of your opponent. I do not know how to do that. If I could see its HP, I could know what health it's at exactly. And I might be able to save Freya. But unfortunately, I don't know what it's at right now. So I do not know if Stomp is enough to KO, because Stomp only deals 23%. And Combuskin is probably at... It's really close. If Combuskin's at 14 HP and it uses Workup, Stomp will kill. So the best option I have here is to click Stomp and hope that it uses Workup. Because either way, Freya will not help with any of the other Pokemon in this fight. So we click Stomp and to use Double Kick. Goodbye, Freya. You did well. Good news is that now we switch to Frederick. Frederick has Aqua Jet, which is a priority move, which means that all those speed boosts that Combuskin has do not matter, and Aqua Jet always kills here. And this is why we brought Frederick to this fight. It should be Lopunny now. Lopunny should come back in. There's Lopunny. It should always see kill with boosted Retaliate, but I think any move will kill. So we bring up Frederick, even at full HP, against Lopunny. And Lopunny is at like 50 health. Lopunny's at like 85%. Yeah, look at that. So, Lopunny sees a kill with all moves, except Retaliate and Headbutt are not guaranteed, but it's a 32% chance for Retaliate and Headbutt and 35% chance for Drain Punch. We really can't afford to switch anything into any of these moves. So, all we can really do is... Yeah, we can't switch here. So Frederick, you did well. All we can do is another Aqua Jet here. If it uses Drain Punch, it will get all of its health back, unfortunately. Because it'll just heal back the damage we deal with Aqua Jet. But after it hits us, Rough Skin activates and will deal 7 HP, which is important chip damage that we need. Not necessarily, but it helps. So we Aqua Jet, and if we are lucky, it rolls Retaliate or Headbutt, and it does not kill us. It gets the lowest of low rolls, is what we want. But anything other than that, and Frederick is gone. Good luck. Okay. So, this is good for us, because now Lopunny is below 50%. This is the best case scenario we could hope for. Because Lopunny did not heal with Drain Punch, it clicked Headbutt. So now we send in Nadia, who is the only one who can potentially handle this Lopunny. So now what we need here is we do not want a Headbutt flinch or a crit of any kind. It's always Retaliate or Headbutt. It never sees an attack with Drain Punch because we resist it. We have to Force Palm, so we click Force Palm. There's Retaliate. Do not crit. It did, but we survive. Back up to 23 HP. Force Palm always kills here. Lopunny is down. Okay. So, now we're on the back 3 Pokemon. Scraggy comes in here. I do not know why, because Scraggy should be slower. Okay, Scraggy is faster. So, Scraggy is faster than Metatite. Metatite is at 23 HP. So it probably sees a kill with Feint Attack. if I had to guess. We are at exactly half, which is unfortunate because it means our... no, we're only at half because our Oranberry already triggered. So it always sees a kill with feint attack. Any high roll of feint attack or a crit with feint attack will always kill Metatite. So, we only have Hermina, Pablo, and Periwinkle left. And none of them really wants to switch in to this feint attack. So what we have to do now, no matter what, is we have to stay in with Nadia. And we have to hope for no feint attack high roll or crit. If we can get any sort of damage on this Scraggy, we are in a much better position. So we click Force Palm. There's feint attack. Don't high roll, don't crit. That's unfortunate. Okay. So, Scraggy has 31 speed. It is faster than Prinplup, than Pablo. It is faster. Okay, Hermina is faster. And Hermina is no good against the Hitmontop and the Poliwhirl in the back. So because Hermina is faster, what we want to do is we have to bring Hermina in. We have to click Rock Tomb to lower Scraggy's speed. That way, Prinplup is faster, and we can get an attack off and do some damage before it attacks us. It can Rock Tomb back, but our speed cannot be dropped because of Clear Body. So that's what we're gonna do. We send in Hermina. This is very important. We send in Hermina. Hermina is faster. We click Rock Tomb to lower speed. This always lowers speed. We don't care about damage that much. It's going to regain it anyway. There's Rock Tomb on us. Okay, so Hermina survives on 3 HP. So now, what we can do with Hermina is we can click Rock Blast if we want, but 2 hits barely does any damage. All these moves barely do any damage. Reducing its speed anymore will not help us. Unless we could try to get some air slash flinches with Pidgeotto. So, I think flinch chance goes up the greater the speed difference is. I'm unsure, but I'm barely doing any damage anyway. So I am just going to click Rock Tomb again to make it -2 speed. Because that's just... I feel like that makes better flinch chances happen. So I will Rock Tomb. Do minimal damage, but lower its speed again. It's probably going to power up Punch, unfortunately. No, there's another Rock Tomb. Okay. That is fairly good for us. Okay. Here's the downside. We only have 2 Pokemon left, and Pablo is fairly hurt. Pablo's at 37. If we bring in Pablo against Scraggy, we aren't doing that much damage, and it can just heal with rest. We did 2 Rock Tombs with Hermina. So 2 Rock Tombs is a minimum of 13%. So yeah, 6 plus 6 is 12, plus 1.6 is 13%. So Scraggy is at 87%. Okay, so yeah. He's at like 50 HP. So what we can do is from 86%, if we go straight to Pidgeotto, Air Slash has a chance to flinch. It has a high chance to flinch, but we would require 3 hits with Air Slash, maybe 2 if we're lucky. If we roll absolutely highest damage possible on Air Slash twice and we get a flinch, we can survive this. If not, Rock Tomb lowers our speed by 1, but we're still faster because we lowered its speed with 2 Rock Tombs. So, we have to switch in to Pidgeotto here. There's no other play. And this is where things start going downhill. We do not want to reduce its attack here. It can just boost its attack back up with Power Up Punch. So we click Air Slash and we hope that we see a flinch. Flinch or crit, either one works. There's Rock Tomb. Do not crit. It did not crit. Our speed is lowered, however we're still faster because we lowered its speed twice. Okay. We Air Slash again. We have no other play here. We hope to see a crit or flinch. Scraggy flinched. We click Air Slash again. We took out the Scraggy. There's only 2 Pokemon left. There is Poliwhirl, and there's Hitmontop. Here's the issue. Hitmontop comes in. We're at 34 HP on Pidgeotto. Unfortunately, Hitmontop always sees kill with Rock Slide. It outspeeds and sees kill with Rock Slide. There's a low chance it uses Mach Punch, but because we're at we were slower anyway. It has 39 speed, we had 38. But because we got Rock Tombed, we are at -1, so we are slower anyway. Rock Slide always kills here, no matter what. So this is probably where we will fall, because we have no options. The only way we get out of this is if it rolls the 3% chance to do Mach Punch, does not crit, and I mean, if it uses Fake Out, then we're dead anyway, so it really doesn't matter. But the Fake Out AI should not trigger here because the bonus is lower. So if Fake Out happens, I really don't know why. But all we can do is we could try to do highest damage with Air Slash, but because we are slower than Hitmontop, Air Cutter has a higher crit chance. So we could theoretically survive and then crit with Air Cutter. And if we do, that's our best chance of survival. So we click. We could also crit with Air Slash, but Air Cutter is 1 in 8 to crit. So it's basically like 2 or 3 times more likely to crit. So we click Air Cutter. There's Rock Slide. So long, Pidgeotto. This is where it ends. Pablo comes in. But Pablo's already hurt, and there's 2 Pokemon at full HP. There's nothing we can do except Pluck for highest damage. If we Bubble Beam once and we get the speed drop, we will be faster. So Pluck is a 3-hit. Mach Punch is just a 2-hit. So unfortunately, we are always out here. We do pluck for highest damage. If we crit Aqua Jet, no, it's still a 3-hit. If we crit pluck, okay. There's not much chance here. We click pluck. There's Mach Punch. Oranberry. And it just crit us straight away. And that is the end of attempt 1. So, what did we learn? We learned a lot. We learned that you don't want to go into a fighting gym with a dark type that is weak to fighting, a bug rock type that is neutral to fighting, and only one fighting resistance in the form of Metatite. So, what we have to do now is start a new game. So that's what we're going to do. Not even going to hesitate. Close the game. Start up a new one. And just keep moving forward. And you can see we're starting a brand new game right now. You've seen all of this before. This should be very familiar. This is attempt 2 of Run and Bun. We didn't even make it past the first gym, which just goes to show how difficult this game really is. On the bright side, we are better prepared. We have more knowledge. We have experience under our belt. So, what we're gonna do now, always name our trainer Alistor, because that is the name of the channel, Alistor Soren. But I've never actually talked about the origin of Alistor Soren. The story of Alistor Soren begins as a Dungeons and Dragons character in a campaign run by none other than my husband. I played a character named Alistor Soren, and he had very special abilities. He was a bullet witch, sort of inspiration from Bayonetta and some other things, I'm sure. But he had guns for his main weapons, and he used them not only to shoot bullets, but to cast spells. And Alistor Soren is probably my favorite D&D character of all time. And that is why I decided to name my channel Alistor Soren, and why all of my trainer names will be Alistor from now until I finish this game. So, now you know the origin of Alistor Soren. Which brings up another tangent. The next nickname theme is what we need to think about. And I already have something in mind in the form of things related to Dungeons and Dragons, or just things from Dungeons and Dragons. There's so much content there has been over the years, so I feel like there's no shortage of names that we can come up with for our Pokemon if we use Dungeons and Dragons as our next nickname theme. So that's what I'm gonna do, just as soon as I can nickname my Pokemon. And there's also the matter of picking our starter. We get to do that again, right up here. So, I've already made a decision on who I am picking this time. Unfortunately, I will not be going with the penguin this time. I will be going with the turtle, Turtwig. I've chosen Turtwig as my starter. And this is because in the time between last stream and now, I've done a lot of research. I've done more research, and I've done a lot of investigating. And it seems like Turtwig is the best starter to have in the early game. Not only because it is a relatively strong grass type, it also gets the ability Battle Armor or Shell Armor, which means that no matter what, it cannot suffer a critical hit, which makes it much easier to calculate. So we have a female Turtwig, but I already know what I'm going to name this Turtwig. I'm going to name this Turtwig Grit, because Grit is what gunslingers use in Dungeons and Dragons. So Professor Elm here wants us to go talk to his daughter again. We've already done this once before. No differences so far, and we won't be seeing any unless we get past Brawly. Hopefully we can do it this time. But we have to walk all the way up to Route 103 to confront May and have our, not first official trainer battle, that comes later, but our first technical battle, just to show you how battles work. We already knew how battles work, but for anyone new to the game, this is a tutorial, so that is the purpose of it. Before we forget, we are going to level up Grit the Turtwig to level 12, which is the level cap. We learned Confide. I don't know if we will use that. And then we have to check our Grit. Gentle Nature. That's increased special defense, lowered defense. I'm not sure if I like that. Generally, you want high defense on Turtwig, but we're going to check the IVs. Okay. That's actually really good. 8 HP, I don't really like, but 25 attack, 31 defense, speed, and special attack, and 27 special defense. Really can't ask for much better than this. So yeah, this is a really good Turtwig. So we're going to save, and it's going to ask us, there's a different game file that's already saved. We will overwrite it because we don't need that other save anymore. The first attempt is over. Second attempt is now. We talked to May. We should be able to win this fight pretty easily, as we did the first time, because we just have such a huge level advantage. She has a level 5 Torchic, and we have a level 12 Turtwig. So we just bite here. We're faster. It uses Ember. Still does a lot of damage, but another bite takes it out. And remember, this is just the tutorial fight. We have not officially started the Nuzlocke yet. We don't start it until May gives us the Pokeballs back in the lab. So we just have to walk back down there, and we'll be able to officially start here in a minute. After which we will once again be looking for encounters. And just as a reminder before I forget, checking our starter obtained in a Fateful Encounter means that the first route we do get an encounter on Route 101, even though the bag with the Pokeballs in it was on that route. It is counted as a gift Pokemon, which means it is given to us. So we get to roll an encounter for Route 101. Or at least that's how I am doing it. I'm not sure if the official rules say that is bad or not. I actually haven't looked them up. So I may want to do that before we get too far into this. So just so I know what the official rules are for Pokemon Run and Bun. Just so I'm not making a mistake. And it's if I make it to the Hall of Fame, I want it to be official. So does the starter count as an encounter? Alright, so I want to look for an official source. I'm going to look up the official rules and see if it's in there. The Hall of Fame rule set. Let's see. I'm not seeing any official rulings that I can look at, so I am just going to assume, until someone tells me otherwise, that the starter does not count as an encounter. But before we go any further, we do have to pull up the maps here. We also need to pull up the Pokemon locations. We already pretty much know where the items we need to pick up are. Move changes we can open, although I don't think we'll need it tonight. Here we go, encounter locations. We just got our Pokeballs. So we're gonna, once again, look at the encounters. For Route 101, we've already done this once before, so we really don't need to look too hard. But really, what you're looking for is probably something near the bottom, so like one of these Pokemon is what you want to see. Starly, Pidgey, Litleo, Deerling, or Deerling Autumn. So we're just going to go up in the grass on Route 101 because we have our Pokeballs now. Right there. We have to talk to our mother first, as always. She gives us a couple things. She gives us running shoes. She gives us the PokeNav, so we can look up the map whenever we want. Alright, so Route 101. We are going to go up to the very top grass. I'm going to heal Turtwig just in case. Always have to be extra careful. I don't think anything bad could happen this early, but you never know. So, right in this patch of grass, we're going to run back and forth. Let's see our encounter. Alright, we got Lillipup. This can be decent. We can get Intimidate on this with its middle stage evolution. Alright, it broke out, so we have to throw another Pokeball. Hopefully it gets in it this time. It's being a bit difficult. Maybe we shouldn't have leveled up so far. It doesn't really matter. Even though this thing is being incredibly annoying. We've already used 3 Pokeballs. This is number 4. Please get in the ball. It's lowering our defense over and over, which is scary, even for level 2. Please get in the ball. Oh my goodness, what is happening? We've used 5 Pokeballs. Can you please get in the ball? There we go, finally. Alright, female Lillipup. Let's see, what do we want to name Lillipup? Okay, let's see. What vibe do I get? I get Druid vibes from Lillipup, so we could do, just name her Wild, as in wild shape. Yeah, I like that. We name her Wild, and she was quite wild, breaking out of 5 Pokeballs in a row, or was caught, yeah, broke out of 5 Pokeballs. So we check Wild. Mild nature. Okay, Vital Spirit prevents sleep. I believe... Alright, we do have to look up the Pokemon learn sets to see. Alright, so here we want to look up Lillipup. That was weird. I'm not sure why it's not zooming in. I'm trying to make it bigger. Alright. There's Lillipup. So Lillipup can have one of 3 abilities: Vital Spirit, Runaway, or Scrappy. When it evolves into Herdier, it will turn into Intimidate, Sand Rush, or Stay Scrappy. So we will have Intimidate once it evolves at level 16. And we won't really miss out on anything if we let it evolve early, so we should be good to level it up. Mild is increased special attack, lower defense. Really not what you want to see here. Looking at its IVs, kind of middle of the road. 4 attack really sucks. 19 speed is decent. 17 HP is decent. 13 defense could be better. And then 28 special defense. Yeah, we really want to see high attack on this, unfortunately, so definitely could be better. But decent. So we don't want to give an item, we want to use the Endless Candy on Wild. Level her up a few times. Alright. So, locations, route, Oldale Town. Again, we kind of want... Really, like, any fire type is fine, but generally I would want to see something different from Ponyta, so really anything else on this list. They're all level 2 to 3. Let's see if Wild has Tackle. Okay. So, we will just level up Wild and just not do any damage to whatever we encounter. Learned Bite. Very nice. Wants to learn Baby Doll Eyes. That's just a priority growl. So we don't need Odor Sleuth. It does negate evasiveness, but we've not... Well, so Odor Sleuth does counteract accuracy drops from Sand Attack. So that could come in handy, actually. So Baby Doll Eyes is generally just better than Leer, I think. Because that way we can get Intimidate, and then Baby Doll Eyes will double reduce attack. So we go to Wild, we switch her into first position. We run in the grass here. Let's see what we get. Okay, we got Growlithe. That is interesting. Hey look, another Pokemon with Intimidate. That's really interesting. Alright, we throw a Pokeball. Hopefully it's caught. Alright, Growlithe was far easier than Lillipup. So let's see. Name for female Growlithe. We do have another dog. So let's see. We could do something related to fire. There is a wildfire subclass for Druid where they can summon like a fire spirit. So I think Spirit is a suitable name for Growlithe. Welcome to the Team Spirit. That's what we've got. Alright. So we check Spirit. Careful Nature is increased special defense, lower special attack. I don't really like that. The IVs are really good though. The only kind of bad one is HP, but still, most of them are over 20, and I can absolutely live with that. This should be a good Pokemon. So, we level up Spirit a couple times. Spirit learned Covet. Is that a fairy move in this? I don't think so. Odor Sleuth. Very nice. So, pretty similar to Wild. Wants to learn Flame Wheel. Yes. We get rid of... Oh, Covet is a fairy move. Very nice. Okay, let's see. Do we get rid of Bite or Covet? Covet will be very useful in the fighting gym. Because Fairy is super effective against fighting. So, Flame Wheel over Bite, probably. The only... Yeah, I don't really need Bite for anything. So we'll get rid of Bite. And then we will switch Spirit into the first position. I just noticed that all my Pokemon so far are female, which is kind of interesting. Alright, so we go up here, Route 103. Before we forget, we go over to the Fisherman and we get the fishing rod. But we are not going to fish here. The only places we're going to fish are probably in Dewford Town and maybe off the beach at Slateport. So we did this patch of grass last time, so we're going to go down right here. It doesn't really matter, but we're just going to go straight in, run back and forth. Let's see what we get. Okay, we have Gossifleur. That's a really interesting one. Intimidate doesn't matter here. Its evolution Eldegoss is quite interesting. So hopefully it gets caught. We'll see. Not yet. Oh, it has Sing. That is a risky move, but it could come in very useful. So we throw another Pokeball. And yet another female flower. Man, getting a lot of Druid related ones. Okay, Let's see. We could do like a spell name on the druid spell list. Druid craft lets you make flowers. You know what? We haven't used the name druid yet, so we're just gonna do druid on Gossifleur here. So we name her druid, and we're going to check the lady druid. Cotton down. Lowers speed when it gets hit. Naughty nature is increases attack, lower special defense. That's really not what you want to see. 3 HP and 5 speed really sucks, but 21 special attack, 17 attack, 16 special defense. It's okay. Not great. But we will level it up to the level cap. Learns Rapid Spin. We saw on Steenie last time that Rapid Spin was not particularly useful. So I don't know. And it also learns Sweet Scent. So this is basically just Steenie in a different shade. You know, they basically do the same thing, except Druid learns Magical Leaf instead of Razor Leaf. So I think we get rid of Rapid Spin here. It would come in useful later, but again, we're just trying to get past Brawly first. So we'll keep Rapid Spin for now, and we'll get rid of Sweet Scent, because why not? Okay. Unfortunately, I think I just made a mistake, because Sweet Scent lowers evasiveness, which means Sing has a higher chance to hit. But oh well. We go to heal the sleep off of Growlithe. I can't even remember the name I gave her. Some trainer I am. Spirit, of course, Team Spirit. What was I thinking? Alright. So on Route 102, we want to go in the grass here. We don't need the water. We want the grass because it has flying types for the fighting type gym. And flying types are just generally good to have. We got Pidgey again. We saw how useful Pidgeotto could be. It's another female. What is going on? This is crazy. Okay, okay. Let's try a Pokeball first. Ah, so close. There's Sand Attack. Pidgey has Gust at this level, right? Yeah. Look up Pidgey. Pidgey does have Gust and Sand Attack. That's literally its only attacking moves. So we'll try another Pokeball. If it keeps breaking out, then we'll... yeah. We're gonna have to switch to someone to do a little damage. The question is who? We'll try one more Pokeball first. We're quickly running out again. Yeah, we need to do some damage. Alright, so we're going to switch to Gossifleur. Probably going to take some damage from Gust. There's Sand Attack, which is annoying. So Sing is now even less accurate. We're going to check which is higher, our attack or special attack. They're even. But Magical Leaf does more damage, so we're going to Leafage here to chip away at it. Don't do too much, please. We lowered its speed. Okay. I don't think crit kills it. But we'll just throw another Pokeball. There we go. Alright. I'm gonna move on from Druid and name this Pidgey something else. Let's see. Bird, Ranger. We could do Hunter. That doesn't really work. That'd work more for a male name. Beastmaster, it's a bit too long. Slayer. There is Beast Slayer. I like Slayer. We will name her Slayer. Welcome to the team. And of course we will check. Naive is increased speed, lower special defense. Love to see that. 14 speed, 19 special attack, 24 defense, 30 special defense. Overall, pretty good IVs. Couldn't really ask for much better. I mean, could always be better, but this is actually a pretty good Pidgey. I like this. So we're gonna level her up with the candy up to level 12. Learned Tackle. And then we will go into our first battle here in a second. He only has 3 Pokemon. I believe it's Poochyena, Lillipup, and Rookity. So what we can do is we can lead Growlithe, or Spirit, I should say, on Poochyena and use Covet. And Covet should just one-shot it, and then we're pretty much good from there. I don't see any issues. We're gonna save. But you can see now that we've already played through this area once, we're going quite a bit faster, I think. We're gonna talk to this trainer. I forget his name. Calvin. Of course, how could I forget? We intimidate it. It doesn't really matter. We should outspeed in one shot. Oh. That is a little annoying, but that shouldn't do anything to us. There's quick attack. Covet should one-shot. Yep. Next should be Lillipup. And we just Flame Wheel. I imagine Flame Wheel probably takes it out. Not quite. Interesting. We just Flame Wheel again. Alright, here comes Rookity. Has Unnerve, but it doesn't matter. We just click Flame Wheel again. We don't care that our accuracy was dropped because we wouldn't be taking any damage from it anyway. Alright. That was very easy. So we go back, we heal. All of this, same as before, pretty much. We do have a couple different encounters. which of course we will be seeing different encounters throughout our attempts. But next is the bug catcher. I don't quite remember what he leads with, but we will check and make sure just because. Maps, Route 103, I believe. No. 102. Bugcatcher Rick. Really shouldn't be too dangerous. But we do have to change our lineup. We have to script, load, and you can see all the Pokemon are different now. And we just copy and paste, as we have been doing. Alright, and we just have to clear away all the other Pokemon. There we go. So our new team members are in the calculation. Starts with a Grubbin, but Flame Wheel just... Oh, right. Flame Wheel just takes it out. We are faster. No issue there. Next, probably either Pineco or Sizzlepede. Probably Sizzlepede. Yeah, because we're doing no damage. So we can just switch to Pidgey, and 2 Gusts will take it out. And then last but not least is Pineco, and yeah, it's not doing any damage. So we're pretty much ready as it is. Just move Slayer up to the 2nd position. Save as always. Always save. It's not had any issues with crashing, which is nice, but I always like to save just in case. We talk to the bug catcher. Again, should not pose any issue for us. There's Grubbin. Intimidate doesn't matter because we are faster and we take it out in 1 hit. Sizzlepede should come in next because all of our moves deal no damage to it. Oh, it's Pineco. Even better. That does not matter. We just Flame Wheel, it survives on Sturdy. Does no damage with Pin Missile. It got burned. Even better. Aw, it's not quite taken out because it does have an Oran Berry. That's a little bit sad. I was hoping that burn would just take out the rest of its health. Would have been funny, but it did have a berry. So it just takes 2 hits to take this thing out. Which is fine. We're in no danger. In comes Sizzlepede. Last. We just switched to Pidgey. Pidgey takes no damage from this. Get him, Slayer. Or get her. Wrap. Probably the highest damage it could do because of the residual. 2 Gusts take it out. We're in no danger here. Even with Oran Berry. I believe that should be fine. Yeah, we're good. Alright, there we go. Defeated bug catcher Rick. And we go back, we heal. Really not much else to say. So far, so good. Pretty much the same as the first run through. All the fights here are somewhat easy. There will be that metronome fight that we have to do again, which will not be fun. But we get our berries. We get 43 Oran berries, which I think is really, really low, honestly. We got like 70 last time. Yeah. We did not get a lot of Oran berries. But we just give everybody Oran berries, I believe. First, we're going to go to the next trainer. Youngster Alan. Yeah, we just lead... we lead Growlithe. Flame Wheel takes that out in one hit. Probably Psyduck comes out after, because it sees Bubble Beam as highest damage. So we switch to either Gossifleur or Turtwig, either one. Gossifleur is very slow. Let's see if Turtwig is faster. Yeah, so we switch to Turtwig, 2 absorbs, take it out, no problem. Litleo will be using Ember, so we switch... maybe should have kept Bite for this specific matchup. How much does Lillipup take from Ember? Not too much. It does have Headbutt. We are faster, though. We can kind of chip away with Lillipup, or we can do... yeah. I guess this is kind of why you need a water type, but we should be fine. We just give Oran berries to everybody. I'm not too worried about it. So we give all of these berries. Everyone gets an Oran berry. We should be fine to just go straight into it. So really the only reason I would have wanted to keep Bite on Growlithe was for the matchup against Litleo, because my Fire and Fairy moves deal nothing to it. But Flame Wheel takes this out in one hit. So it should be Psyduck next for Bubble Beam. It might be Litleo Headbutt, but we'll see. Okay, it is Litleo. Too nervous to eat berries. That is a little annoying. Do we actually do any damage with our moves? We actually do. Like, it's a 3-hit, and we're faster. We just stay in. We're in no danger here. Flame Wheel is resisted, but should be almost a 3-hit. It should have a berry. It has Workup. That's not good. I did not see that. Yeah. We're still okay. Yeah, does it have a... It has an Oran berry, so unfortunately it will be a 4-hit. 1, 2... It is a little bit scary. 3. We should be fine. Yeah, and then there's 4. In comes Psyduck, but we're completely safe. We have 2 grass types. We just switch to Grit, the Turtwig. There's our Oran berry. Kind of a waste of an Oran berry, to be honest. Since we got so few, we kind of want to save them where we can. Even though we're pretty much always giving everybody Oran berries. Most of the time. 2 absorbs just takes this out. We're in no danger. So we go to absorb. And we just click it twice. We heal back any damage this does to us. It has an Orin. I think we're still in kill range with Absorb. If not, it's fine. Should take it out here. There we go. Now all that's left is the Metronome Trainer, which we cannot really plan against. It's pretty much just all random, as we dealt with before. Now, when we did it the first time, Freya was able to clutch up and just solo it by herself. Unfortunately, we do not have a Freya this time to save us, so we will have to try our best without her help. Alright. So, next trainer starts with Swirlix with a berry juice. Let's start with Growlithe and see. It is a 3-hit with Flame Wheel because of berry juice, and it's always going for Metronome because Fairy Wind is disincentivized because we resist it. So 55 from that, 33 from Absorb, still faster, 25 from Tackle, 44 from Magical Leaf. We could sing, we could try to sing to put it to sleep, but that is risky because we are slower anyway. And then Pidgey, yeah. So I think the play is lead with Growlithe. It will be faster after Unburden, but it's a 3-hit anyway, so we just have to hope and pray. We do want to keep Growlithe around because it evolves into a very strong Pokemon. I don't know when, because it is a stone evolution, which means that we need a Firestone to evolve it. And I don't know where we're going to get a Firestone yet. If we can even get one. Alright, we just have to go in. There's not really any planning we can do. We just have to hope that we get lucky. If we burn it, that will help us. Flame Wheel should have a chance to burn. So we Flame Wheel. Deals half, Berry Juice activates, Unburden activates. We did get the burn, which is very nice. It reduces any physical damage. This thing is now faster. First Metronome. Overheat. Perfect! We're a fire type. And its special attack is sharply reduced. So now, all of its damage is reduced. Special attack is -2, attack is -1. We couldn't ask to be in a better position. It used Fairy Wind, don't know why. Flame Wheel happens. I guess because it sees we're faster and 2-shot it, so it's using Fairy Wind. There's Metronome number 2. Smelling Salts. That should be okay. Yeah, 1 damage. It does more if you have a status, but we didn't. So that crit would have been nice earlier. But so far, we're doing even better than last time. So we just stay in, and we Flame Wheel again. There's Fake Out. That's fine. We Flame Wheel. There's Berry Juice. Metronome, let's see what it is. Sacred. What is happening? What is why is it all fire moves? This is so good for us. Okay, I believe in Spirit. I have faith in Spirit. Do it. All you have to do is survive one more. Let's see. Electro Ball. That is gonna hurt. Okay, not as much as I thought, because we are faster. And I think Flame Wheel just takes it out here. Excellent. Great job, Spirit. Even better than Freya. We got incredibly lucky once again with the metronomes, just rolling all fire moves and then one normal move. And the Swirlix deciding to Fairy Wind on that one turn helped us. So what, did we take only like 3 metronomes that whole fight? That's crazy. Alright, so once again we have to go talk to our dad and do this whole tutorial thing with Wally, who catches the rarest encounter on that route. Clearly not rigged whatsoever. But we have to do this. We're just pulled along for the ride. Just have to grin and bear it. On the bright side, as soon as this is over, we get another encounter in the form of the grass on the beach to the west of here. And we're pretty much always going in the grass over there. We don't really want to fish, really. So we just have to wait for Wally to do his thing. Just have to wait. Not really much else to do. You'll have to pardon me for just a moment. Apologies. The cat escaped the bathroom, so I had to put him back in jail. You might have been able to hear some meowing faintly, but if not, then now you know. Alright, so next we can buy some Pokeballs. We don't have a lot of money right now. Yeah. We'll just buy 10. That should be enough to catch anything over in that patch. And we'll be getting more money here in a minute. As we fight the trainers, we have to talk to this guy again. And again, he's not really important until the end game. Pretty sure you don't ever have to fight him. Could be wrong, of course, but... Alright, Route 104. We are going to put Druid up first because she can potentially put things to sleep. And looking at Route 104, we could fish, but we want Weedle. It's a 10% chance. Let's see. There are a lot of misses here, which means that a lot of not good ones. I mean, Scatterbug and Blipbug aren't bad. We get a Psychic type in Blipbug, it evolves into a Psychic type. Scatterbug evolves into a defensive bug flying type. Paris gets Spore, which is useful. Ekans has Intimidate, so really the only miss here would be like Male Combee, which pretty sure it can't evolve. So we could try to go for Krabby or Clauncher, but I really don't think we need them. So there are bugs and flying types in here, but we should be fine. Let's see Weedle. We got Paris. Okay, the most common encounter. Sing will work here if we hit, and we do. So really the only thing this is useful for is it gets Spore. Which is 100% accurate sleep move. One of the only ones in the game. How? Okay, you break out when you're asleep. I suppose I will do a Leafage to do some damage. Rapid Spin? No, we do Leafage. Yeah. Let's try another Pokeball. Hopefully gets caught this time. There we go. And it's yet another female. I don't know what is happening, but all of my encounters so far... Alright, so this is obviously Spore. Her name is Spore because of a Spore Druid. Lots of Druid related Pokemon. I don't know if it's particularly good or bad, but Spore, it does have an item, Tiny Mushroom. We can sell that. It can also leave a status on contact. Mild Nature, increased special attack, lower defense. I really don't think that's what you want. 23 attack, 1 HP, 28 defense, 23 special defense. So at the very least, this thing is bulky and has high special attack. It's got maximum special attack, which will help with like Giga Drain and stuff like that when it gets it eventually. 1 HP, not great, but I suppose I can live with this. You really want it to just hang around and apply Spore to everything. So we use the candy, and we level her up. Learns Stun Spore and Poison Powder, both also useful. I'm not sure when it learns Spore, but it should get it at some point. There's Bug Bite, which steals berries. Alright. And now we have to plan for Trainer Darien, I think, is the guy with the Krabby, right? Let's look it up, shall we? So Route 104. Mikey. Darien is the fisher. Mikey is the guy with the Krabby. Alright. I hope you're ready, Mikey, because we're ready for you this time. Not that we weren't ready last time, but it took a long time to plan out the fight. But now we know what to expect. We just give Spirit a Oranberry. We give Spore an Oranberry. We lead with probably Turtwig, but we'll check here in a second. Alright, Mikey. There's Mikey. Turtwig is faster, so it probably wants to do Mud Shot and Stomp flinch strategies. So 2 absorbs, take it out. Probably just want to do that because 1 Magical Leaf does take it out, but we could get Stomp flinched into oblivion. We will reduce its speed every time we're hit, though, so 2 Stomp flinches. There's really no need. We do always survive 2 Stomp flinches, and then we're always faster. So we could do that. Yeah. I think faster, Mud Shot, Stomp flinch. We'll just lead with Grit. Grit's the better matchup here, I think. Even though Gossifleur could potentially take it out, we're not going to risk it. We're just going with Grit. Everyone's got Oran Berries. They should. Yeah, everyone's got Oran Berries, so we're always safe, pretty much. Let's just check Spirit's damage. Spirit versus Yanma. Flame Wheel doesn't always take it out, and we're only faster after 1 speed boost. That's fine. We should be good. Alright. No priority, so we just go in. Alright. Grit should be able to take out this Krabby. We are faster, so it's probably going to use Mud Shot. We absorb. Alright. There's its Oran Berry. Mud Shot reduces our speed, so now we hope for not a lot of Stomp flinches. Don't flinch. We flinched once. Please don't flinch again. Alright, there we go. Krabby down. And then it's probably Yanma next for Sonic Boom or Acrobatics. Either way, we should be able to go straight to Spirit for Intimidate. So Intimidate lowers the damage of Acrobatics if it chooses to do that. There's Sonic Boom, as expected. We heal above with the Oran Berry. We're still faster after 1 speed boost. So we Flame Wheel. It's left on 1 HP. There's another Sonic Boom. Okay, so because we don't have a priority move, we have to take 2 Sonic Booms, which anyone should be able to take, right? Sonic Boom, yeah. We go to, we go to Wild here. Oh, that's not good. That should be fine. We just tackle here. Tackle takes it out. And then in comes Clobopus. I suppose it is doing Rock Smash on the Switch, which is a little bit annoying. Yeah, so unfortunately Pidgey at -1 defense takes... it's fine, we two-shot it. Crit. Crit could be bad. We could go to Gossifleur to reduce its speed, not that we need to. And it's still faster. -1 defense. And we can do some chip damage with Gossifleur. If we get binded, though, we're locked in. So we just switch straight to Pidgey and do some gusts. Could have pivoted through Spore, because fighting is not very effective. But 2 gusts. Oh wow, really? Okay, well, now we need to switch. We can switch to Spore and put it, or yeah, we switch to Spore. Hopefully get a status on the... Okay. We put it to sleep, but we are binded. That's okay, because we just absorb. So, Effect Spore, when you're hit by a physical move, can either do poison, paralysis, or sleep. It's a random effect. And I think it's a 20% chance to activate, something like that, 25%. We're doing good damage with Absorb. We're just 1v1ing it. It stayed asleep the whole time. Good job, Spore. You did better than the bird. Hopefully this thing gets Leech Seed, because if it does, it could be pretty crazy. We'll actually check. We're gonna go heal first. That Yanma is always scary. Alright, so we heal up our Pokemon. I will say that the Magikarp with Bounce is looking a bit scary. But we look up Paris here. So Giga Drain at 24. Toxic at 34. Rage Powder, that's really good. Leech Life. No Leech Seed, though. Giga Drain 25. Yeah. Honestly, we can probably get Spore at 21. We could just wait. We can evolve it at level 22 because it gets Giga Drain at level 25. And I believe 25 is the level cap after the first gym. Okay, so yeah, this is looking very scary. Very scary now. So we give everybody Oran Berries. So what we have to do is check and see if any of our Pokemon are faster than the lead Magikarp. Either way, we want Spirit up first because of Intimidate. So Spirit at full HP, next trainer. Yeah, it is faster. Intimidate is -1. Bounce is barely doing any damage. It is faster. Okay. How much does it do to Lillipup? More. Baby Doll Eyes, -2. I mean, we can kind of make this work, right? Yeah. We just don't want to use our grass types on the thing. And we do need to update this to add Paris. Hidden Power Psychic. I might be bringing this to the fighting gym. Everyone else, Hidden Power Steel, Hidden Power Dragon is nice. Hidden Power Ground, Hidden Power Rock. Hidden Power Water could be interesting. But we don't get Hidden Power until Slateport. We've added Paris. We start with Growlithe. We should be fine. I think we're pretty good here. Intimidate it once. Do some chip damage with Covet. It does have Rattled, so it'll be faster. But it's faster than everything anyway, so it really doesn't matter. Alright. We're pretty much as prepared as we want to be, and as we can be. Alright. Where's the full heal? There it is. Right there. And then the Pearl is right there. Man, I got those both first try. Okay. Make sure we're leading with Growlithe, with Spirit. We're gonna save here. And then we're gonna go into this next fight. Intimidate will trigger Rattled, but it's already faster, so it really doesn't matter. There's Intimidate. We can't really avoid the risk of getting paralyzed either. It's faster. We just Covet. Bounce happens. Sprang up. I guess we could have switched to Lillipup and then switched back in to Growlithe for an Intimidate. Like 2 Intimidates. But we Covet. Don't get paralyzed. Alright, we're fine. Let's see. Do we want to do the switch Intimidate strat? I think we just stay in. And we keep doing Covet until we get paralyzed or we need to heal or switch. There's Bounce. Don't get paralyzed. We did. Please hit. Very nice. Okay. We can stay in for one more turn. If we get paralyzed, I think we're still okay. Don't crit. Alright, we heal with Oranberry. Please hit. Good. And then we can stay in, again, one more turn. Hope to not get paralyzed. We're due for it. Don't crit. There we go. Alright, first Magikarp down. Excellent. And now we just have to check who takes less damage from the second one. Turtwig is 11% and deals 115. It does have a Focus Sash, though. So Focus Sash, Flail. Let's check, shall we? Does 30... Yeah. Does 38% on a crit, and it can't crit because of Shell Armor. So we're always safe to do 2 Absorbs, no matter what. Because Hydro Pump can't crit, so we're always safe. Let's just see what Gossifleur would do. Yeah, that's way worse. There's no reason to do that. So we just switch to Turtwig to Grit. And 2 Absorbs take it out no matter what. And we're always safe, even from Flail crit at 1 HP. It is scary, but it only does 38% damage max. So we click Absorb again. There's Flail. Ouch. But we are past the Fisherman. Next up is Lady Cindy. And her whole shtick is she wants to paralyze you and use infatuation strats like Attract and Q-Charm to disable all of your Pokemon. Alright, that's better. We got 70 Oran Berries from this one. So 40 is like probably near the bottom and 70 is near the top, I imagine. Oh, hey, she... Okay. Alright, well... This is why you talk to NPCs, because she just gave me Chesto Berries, which means I can heal from sleep, which is very nice. I'm gonna look and see how many she gave me. 10. That's pretty good. That makes me want to go talk to all the NPCs now, but that I wouldn't say it's a waste of time, but not every NPC is going to be helpful like that, so I don't really want to do that right now. I'm trying to get to a specific point before I stop for the night. So what I want to do is go up here to Lady Cindy. And we're not battling her yet. We have to plan it out. Alright. Minccino. Who do we want to start with? Attract, Thunderwave, Swift. Let's try Growlithe. We are slower, unfortunately. So it's disincentivized to use... It says 53% chance to use Thunderwave. I don't know why. Because we are slower, so... And then 33% chance for Swift. 13% chance for Attract. Flame Wheel doesn't quite do 50%. Let's check Turtwig. Does even less damage. Is still slower. Lillipup, slower. Less damage. Gossifleur definitely slower. Less damage. Pidgey, less damage and takes more. And then last but not least, okay, so Paris does do, can steal the Oran Berry. So we might want to lead with Paris and do some Bug Bite. Yeah, I like that. We lead with Paris. And we give Paris a cherry berry that we just picked up, just in case it decides to use Thunder Wave. We get some healing from the Minchino's Oran Berry. Everyone else, well, not everyone else, but so okay. Bug Bite is doing minimum 44%. So unfortunately it is a 3-hit and we are slower. So Swift does a lot of damage. Unfortunately it's also basically a 3-hit, and a crit we will have to switch. So who else do we want to have a cherry berry? 44% plus 44 is 88. Probably Growlithe, huh? Yeah, probably Growlithe. Or Spirit, I should say. Spirit Airlines. We give Spirit a cherry berry. And we put Spirit in the second slot. And if Spirit is out when we defeat Minchino, it should be Phanpy for Stomp, I assume, or Jigglypuff for Round. Yeah. Draining Kiss, Thunder Wave. It also wants to Thunder Wave. We are faster. We can pretty much handle this, I think. It's a 3-hit for Flame Wheel. 12 speed. We can outspeed this with, like, Lillipup, but it's only doing 21%. Even Turtwig, 21%. Who else? Gossifleur does not outspeed. Pidgey outspeeds, but does less. Paris. Everyone's doing 21%, so Lillipup, I suppose, could get a cherry berry and just chip away at it. Round is doing a lot of damage, though. We've got Lillipup, we've got Pidgey. So we'll just give Lillipup and Pidgey cherry berries. So we give you a cherry berry, and we give you a cherry berry. And then we will use Grit and Druid for the Phanpy. And we should be fine. So let's just check. Everyone's got... 4 of them have cherry berries. And then 2 have Orans. I think we're pretty good. We're gonna save. This could go south quickly, but we should be okay. We'll see what happens. There's Minchino. Hopefully it decides to go Thunder Wave turn 1. If not, that's okay. Alright, there goes our cherry berry. We eat its Oran Berry. And then Bug Bite should still be the most damage at 44%. So we Bug Bite again. There's another Thunder Wave. Hopefully we don't get paralyzed. There's another Bug Bite. Excellent. It is never going to use Thunder Wave. So, Swift. So long as we don't get paralyzed, we can just take this out. I don't think we need to switch. We can stay in for 1 turn. We just go Absorb to gain some, like, 1 health back. Oh, it didn't even attack. Alright, so now, if we get attracted or paralyzed, then we can just switch. Alright, Spore got immobilized. Again, we stay in for one. Well. Okay, so we've got Jigglypuff in the back. Growlithe is not faster, but it'll want to use Thunder Wave. So we'll just do that. We'll switch to Spirit. Swift is going to do a bit of damage. Intimidate doesn't matter here because it only has a special attack. There's Swift. Ow. Okay. Well, now that we're at half, there's now a 33% chance it uses Swift. So, good luck, Spirit. There's Attracted. Please do not get immobilized. Because if you do, that'll be annoying. Alright. So we can switch back to Paris, but Paris takes 30 to 40% from Swift. We do have a... No, we used our Cherry Berry. Yeah, see, this is getting annoying already. I think Paris takes the least amount. Yeah. Of the ones we would want to use. Well, Lillipup takes less. Is slower anyway. We can go to Lillipup. Just in case. Don't want to risk another crit. There's Thunder Wave, that's annoying. We could have stayed in. There's a Cherry Berry. Hopefully we hit through. Don't crit. Alright, there we go. Okay. So because Lillipup should be faster than Jigglypuff, Jigglypuff, Q-Charm, yeah, we are faster. We're at 24 HP, though. We already used our Cherry Berry. Around 52%. Alright, we're okay, but Draining Kiss is, like, never happening. We just tackle and do some damage. There's Thunder Wave. Okay, Spirit still... Okay, so it's wanting to do Attract here, right? Because we are Thunder Waved. We are paralyzed. Yeah. No, it wants to attack with Round. Most of the time. It could Attract, but... What health are we at? 24 still. We're still safe from Round crit. Yeah. Draining Kiss, again, is annoying, but it's, like, never happening. So, we don't switch yet. We stay in. We tackle. There's Attract. And if we get full parrot or anything... Okay, we got another tackle off. That's great. I wonder if I can... I cannot add Attract. So... We are attracted, so it's always using Round here. So 52%. We can just tackle again. We can, but let's see. If we go to Pidgey, that's a lot of damage. But we never die to a crit. Does Pidgey have an Oran or a Cherry? A Cherry Berry, okay. And then we are faster. But we're barely doing any damage to it with Pidgey. Paris is a little bit more, but this Jigglypuff is at, what, 50%? Not even that. I say we stay in. Oh, that's really annoying. It never should have gone for that. And now we just gave it health. Yeah. Alright, well. Now it's either doing Draining Kiss or Round. Round does too much damage to Paris. We might need to go to Turtwig. That doesn't even do anything. Round, yeah, Round does way too much damage to Arcanine, or not Arcanine, Growlithe. Why is this being difficult again? Alright, you know what? I'm switching to Gossifleur or Druid. Don't use Draining Kiss, please. Alright, don't crit. Round is... wait. Oh! That's really interesting. Okay. So anytime I'm hit by a move, I reduce their speed. Oh, come on. Please just hit. So any move that hits me, physical or not, please hit through. There we go. We got some damage in. It still had an Oranberry. Okay. We stay in. Don't crit. Our Oranberry activates. Please hit through. Damn it. Okay. So now we're in a tough spot. We're at 21 HP. And we're paralyzed and infatuated. This thing is really annoying. It's because I got crit on Growlithe. I can't switch back in. And Growlithe is paralyzed. That Phanpy is going to be a nightmare. Lillipup. Tackle. No. Slayer. No. It has to be like... back to Paris. And hope it doesn't use Draining Kiss. There's Round. Don't crit. Bug Bite is less damage than Absorb. Yeah, so we absorb. We could Poison Powder, but I think we go Poison Powder. Yeah, please hit through. All this switching around is really messing me up. I didn't expect it to be this annoying. Gosh darn it, come on! Poison, please. Oh my gosh. Okay. Okay. Now we kind of want to be it to be a Draining Kiss. We're at 12 on Paris. Jigglypuff. It's always doing round, pretty much. We're already paralyzed and attracted, so it's always round, and Growlithe just takes too much from round, 25%, and we can't take it out with a Flame Wheel no matter what. This is getting rough. I'm really annoyed. We're at 21. Go back into Gossifleur. Round, don't crit, please. That's 10 damage. We have to go for Magical Leaf. Or Sing, maybe? Is Sing the play here? To try to put it to sleep? I think that's our way out. Please be faster, even through paralysis. Alright, hit! Through. Please. I beg of you. Please. Yes! Okay! Okay. Now we switch to Spirit. And 2 hits with Flame Wheel. Take it out. Don't wake up. Good. Flame Wheel. Of course. First turn wake up too. We are faster no matter what. We just have to break through. But if we get crit, Spirit is dead. Because Spirit is at 18. And round, only round crit, max roll of round crit can kill. So we just stay in and we Flame Wheel and we hope that we break through. Come on, you can do it. There we go, finally. Lord have mercy. Alright, I mean, we are faster, kind of, unfortunately. It's 60-40 between Stomp and Attract. Yeah, but Stomp crit can never kill us, and we're faster. No, hold on. There we go. 18. Stomp crit can never kill us. Flame Wheel is doing decent damage. We are still at 18, right? Yes. Okay. So we Flame Wheel. Maybe we burn it. Attract. Alright. We can stay in for another turn. We Flame Wheel again. Break through, Spirit. We're immobilized. There's Stomp. Alright, now Stomp crit can kill. So we switch to Grit. And Grit should be able to take this out with 2 absorbs. Don't flinch. Alright. 1 more will do it. 2 more will do it. Don't flinch. There's 1. Please don't flinch. Please just use absorb. There we go. Alright, we just need 1 more. That's all I ask. Don't flinch. And we did, of course. Please just hit through. There we go. A very annoying fight. As you can see. The pairing of attraction and paralysis really messed me up. As it usually does. I don't know if I was just switching around too much, or if I just didn't plan well enough, but maybe cherry berries on everybody there is just always the play. Although the oran berries did save me some health in the end there. Alright. So now we have to plan for the Team Aqua Grunt coming out of the forest. It's got Poison Fang, Crit, can never kill, and then it's -1 speed. Okay, so we could either lead with Gossifleur or... yeah, I think we need to lead with Gossifleur. How does... oh, wow. Alright, well... never mind. Poison Fang crit can kill. 50-50 between that and Bite, though. And if we get Bite flinched, then... that's annoying. The safer play is to start with Gossifleur, because crit never kills, and then its speed is always reduced. And Magical Leaf can take it out. So we give... we switch Druid here. And it is doing a lot of damage with Poison Fang or Bite. I think Pecha Berry is the way to go in case Poison Fang gets the poison. So we give Druid a Pecha Berry. And then we give... -1 speed, makes it 16 speed, speed tie, Aqua Jet, faster, slower. Aqua Jet crit. Alright. So, assuming that Gossifleur takes out Carvanha, next in will be Krogunk, because it resists all our moves. And it's always going for Fake Out, as we saw in the last one. So, we could just take the Fake Out. Well, it depends. Who do we want to use on Krogunk? Pidgey, probably? Yeah. We can do Pidgey. Give a Pecha Berry to Pidgey. And then... against Execute, Flame Wheel. Really? Holy crap. Why is this thing so defensive? That's crazy. We give a cherry berry to Spirit. She's already got one. Alright, so cherry berry, pecha berry. Probably cherry berry on you. Let's see, shall we? Are you even faster? You are. Bullet seed. Bite. Okay. Yeah, we give you a cherry berry. Okay. Pecha, cherry, cherry. Pecha berry. And then bug bite. We give a cherry berry to this, I think. No, Oran. We give you Oran berry. And we give you an Oran berry. Yeah. Alright. Just to make sure that Gossifleur Poison Fang crit never kills. Crit plus poison doesn't matter because we have a Pecha Berry. Magical Leaf does not always kill, but it's fine. We have alternatives. So I think we're ready for the Team Aqua Grunt. So we have to run up over here. And hopefully this goes better than last time. Hopefully we do not lose anybody here. There is a chance. Alright, leading with Gossifleur with Druid. And I have to double check, of course, to make sure. Pecha Berry, Cherry Berry, Cherry Berry, Pecha Berry, and then 2 Oran Berries. Alright, we're all good to go. We save, of course. And then we will step right in. Out of my way. I need to make it to Slateport. Well, I hate to disappoint you, but I have to battle you now. Alright, we Magical Leaf. There's Poison Fang. Crit never kills. Pecha Berry cures the poison. Hopefully Magical Leaf just takes it out. We'll see. It's a range. Alright, we hit the range. Next is Krogunk. And we will see if Fake Out can take us out for Krogunk. Fake Out crit is 32%. So Fake Out crit never takes us out. We just stay in. Well, okay. So Fake Out crit is 32%, which takes us to 10%, which is what? 3? Yeah, so that plus poison would take us out, because poison does like 1/8 of your HP every turn. So we do have to switch. We switch directly into Pidgey here, because Pidgey has a Pecha Berry and Pidgey is faster. It's a speed tie. Annoying. Really annoying. Alright, well. Crit. Alright, I think we're okay. we just switch straight into Pidgey on the fake out. Yep, Pecha Berry for Poison Touch. And then we Gust. We won the speed tie. We got 50%. That's a little bit annoying. Critical hit Rock Smash means we have to switch. And we got poisoned. Jeez. Yeah. Alright. It's Rock Smash again here. So it just has Rock Smash, Fake Out, Poison Sting. Can you do... You can eat the berry. That'd be nice. -1 defense. Can't do Fake Out. Poison Sting crit is 66%. Plus... Rock Smash crit is 30%. So it can never die to Rock Smash crit plus Poison Sting crit. But it can die to Rock Smash crit, Poison Sting crit, poison. Bug Bite eats its berry. It has to get 2 crits. And it could get Spore affected either way. Okay. We don't have a Pecha, unfortunately. So we switch into Spore here on a Rock Smash. We Bug Bite to eat its Salac Berry. Defense drop. Oh, we paralyzed it. So are we faster now? Let's see, shall we? Krogunk is paralyzed. Yes, we are faster. So we eat its we eat its Salac Berry, and then we're okay. We just want to get rid of the Salac Berry. So that it cannot use it. Our speed rises, that does not matter. We're not staying in anyway. Yeah. Our Oranberry heals. We are switching on what should always be a Poison Sting, I imagine. We're at 23. Salac Berry. Let's see, shall we? It never did Belch last time, so I'm assuming it won't this time, so it should always be Poison Sting. I cannot switch back in to Pidgey. I can switch to Lillipup. 18%. Yeah. We are faster after the speed drop from paralysis. Everyone's faster. 18%, 13%. Can Growlithe do it? Yeah, Flame Wheel. We should be okay. What did I give? I gave Growlithe a Cherry Berry, so hopefully Krogunk either does not get the poison or gets paralyzed. Because, yeah, I'll switch to Spirit here. Don't attack. Alright, let's see. Poison Sting, don't poison, please. Excellent. Flame Wheel. Okay, can Ember kill? Ember is 18%. No. So we have to Flame Wheel. Don't poison. Alright, we're okay. We're on the execute, and this is what took out one of our Pokemon last time. Not this time, buddy. There's Flame Wheel. Oranberry activates. So it is a 4-hit. Stun Spore. We have a Cherry Berry. So we get another free hit. And we are going to... Oh no! That's so annoying. It got its Oranberry back, which means it uses it again. Yeah, and then it's going to Stun Spore again. Yeah, Harvest can theoretically trigger forever, but it's only like a 5% chance. Are you kidding? It's... Ugh. Alright, we stay in. And we Flame Wheel. If it'll stop friggin' getting the Harvest... Oh my gosh, this is annoying. Okay, we have to switch. What's it using? Not Bullet Seed. Confusion, probably. Yeah. Ugh. And we're slower, but we eat its berry. We're at 23. So, Confusion crit. Yeah, that's really annoying. Switch to Turtwig instead. Yeah. We switch to Turtwig. We switch to Grit to get rid of that Leech Seed. It's gonna Confusion. Yeah, don't get confused, please. Oh my... What is happening? Why does it keep harvesting its berry? It is not a high... Is it like a 30% chance to activate? I have to look this up after. This is insane. This didn't even trigger once in the first battle with it. Our Oranberry triggers once. Okay, what is happening? Is it bugged? Like... Or is it just getting extremely lucky? What is the likelihood? Tell me, come on. Pokemon, how likely for Harvest to trigger? %. So it's just one, like 5 coin flips in a row. Whatever. Flinch or something. This is really annoying. Don't get confused. What? 6 coin flips in a row. It has won. Critical. Flinch. 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 7 coin flips in a row. Can it... It can just take us out now, can't it? This is so stupid. Only on a crit, and it can never crit us. Lordy lord. Take it out. Thank you. Okay, so... I have to look up what are the odds of guessing or getting 7 coin flips in a row. I have to look that up. What are the odds? Okay, that's not as bad as I thought. It's a little less than 1%, but still. The odds of it getting that 7 times in a row is literally less than 1 in 100. That was crazy. That was even worse than last time. Alright, so we have to cure someone of poisoning. Thank goodness I stopped when I did, otherwise we would have lost Slayer. But after that insanity, I'm going to heal my Pokemon. And we have made it past the Aqua Grunt in the forest with 0 deaths. This is a new record. So, what we're going to do is we are going to go talk to Captain Briny in the hut over here. We are going to have him sail us to Dewford. Oh, come on. Whatever. There, have to get in front of him. We should have enough Pokeballs. We bought a few. We should be okay. So, he'll let us sail to Dewford. We only have 5 encounters. 2 in the water, 1 in the town, 2 in the cave. Yeah, so that's 5 encounters. We might have enough Pokeballs. I didn't forget to stock up, but I thought we would have enough. Let's check. We have 20 Pokeballs. I think that should be fine. We're going to visit this Poke Center just to register it. I don't know if we have to heal our Pokemon to register it, but I'm doing it just in case. And now, I'm going to save. And we have reached Dewford in record time. This took us many, many hours last time, but we made it in under 2 hours this time. We've been streaming for 2.5, so I'm not sure why the save says less than 2. But it is what it is. If you liked the video, leave a like, subscribe, leave your thoughts in the comments below, and I will see all of you later. I hope you enjoyed the video.